Hi, this is Mike Rogers, attorney here in Cleburne. I'm going to talk to you today about DWI cases. Basically, the pecking order in terms of penalties. Normally, a first offense DWI in Texas is a Class B misdemeanor. However, if someone has a child that's 15 years or younger in the vehicle, that elevates it to a state jail felony, which can carry a lot more of a penalty. The Class B misdemeanor, up to 6 months in jail. On a state jail felony, up to 2 years in state jail prison. Big difference. So if you don't want to ever be drinking and driving, but in particular, you never want to be drinking and driving and have a young child in the car with you, and every single child is a separate count. I've had cases where people had 2 or 3 kids in their car with them, and they were intoxicated, and they got charged with multiple counts of driving while intoxicated while having a minor child in the vehicle. So you got to be real careful on that. The other thing is that when people get a second offense DWI, that elevates the offense to a Class A misdemeanor, which can carry up to a year in jail. And on a third offense DWI, that becomes really tough, because then it's a third degree felony carrying anywhere from 2 to 10 years in the state penitentiary. Most of the time, if there's no accident involved, no one got hurt, usually felony probation is applicable, but usually as a part of that, the person usually has to spend 90 to 120 days in the county jail as a part of the punishment. So obviously you want to learn your lesson the first time around and not have multiple offenses in the future. But what's even worse than anything I've just described to you is a situation where someone is driving under the influence and they have an accident and someone is hurt or killed. Intoxication, assault is the category of offense if someone was seriously injured. It could be somebody inside of your own vehicle or perhaps a third party, another vehicle. But that is a second degree felony under Texas law and carries from 2 to 20 years in the state penitentiary. And then, of course, you have the situation where somebody may be killed. And then that's intoxication, manslaughter under Texas law. And someone could get literally life imprisonment over that. I've had lots of different variations of DWI cases in my career. All the things I just mentioned to you, I've handled many of them. Of course, the worst are the ones where somebody is actually killed. And I remember recently a case that I handled where a young man was out with 2 of his friends, and he survived the accident. The 2 passengers were killed, and he was fortunate, I believe, that he only wound up with a 10-year sentence, a 5-year sentence for each death. So that was basically the minimum he could have received on that type of a criminal offense. So this individual received 2 5-year sentences for the intoxication, manslaughter, 2 counts. What he could have gotten would have been life imprisonment. So he was very fortunate in the sense that he is going to be able to get out of prison. He would be eligible for parole after he served 1/2 of the calendar time. So 5 years. He's been in there now for about 3.5 years. I suspect that he'll be paroled out in about a year and a half. But that's not a gimme under Texas law. The parole board is very reluctant sometimes to give someone a parole on a case like this, because they're fearful of a future offense where that same person could go out and kill more people, and then you would have a horrible headline in every newspaper in the country. So, but he was a young guy, and he had a clean record, so I suspect he will get paroled out here in about a year and a half. But I guess the answer to all of this is don't drink and drive. If you drink and drive and you get caught, then you're going to be subject to all kinds of potential penalties that could be imposed upon you. Anywhere from the loss of your driver's license to going to prison for life. So, a word to the wise: be careful out there on the highways. Don't be drinking and driving, even if you think you just got a buzz. It doesn't take a lot of alcohol to put you over the top in terms of a breathalyzer test or a blood test under Texas law. So watch what you're doing out there on the highways.